From a humble 1960s sports car to a modern supercar slayer, there seems to be a Porsche 911 for every occasion. It's no secret Porsche has been one of the best in the business when it comes to building the world's greatest sports cars. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 greatest Porsche 911 sports cars of all time. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome auto guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So let's cut to the chase. At 10, the 2023 Porsche 911 GT3 RS takes aerodynamics to the next level. 2 words: game changer. The new GT3 RS takes a leap forward with innovative aero and sophisticated suspension system that is adjustable on the fly. The 2023 seemingly defies physics by bending the air around it and funneling it where needed. Special aero features located all over the car, including the hood, underbody and even the roof, ensure the correct amount of air is placed in the exact locations to maximize downforce while reducing some drag. Even suspension components were aero-optimized. The adjustable suspension now allows drivers to manipulate compression, rebound and damping all from the steering wheel. The rear differential and integrated DRS, drag reduction system to you and me, can also be activated via steering wheel mounted controls. This is full race car stuff at your fingertips. At 9, 2016 Porsche 911R paved the way for the GT3 Touring. If it weren't for the 911R, we might not have the GT3 Touring at all. As wonderful as the Touring variant is, the 911R is an absolute masterpiece in blending track performance with road-going elegance. The 911 was meant to be as raw in experience as a GT3, but with a subtle style, with no gaudy wings attached to the back and less showy graphics. Inside there has been a removal of sound deadening, which helps bring out more motorsport sounds from the GT3's 4-litre flat 6 and hounds tooth fabric in the GT3 sourced seats. A manual is the only option here, reinforcing the serious motorsport nature of the 911R. Next up at 8, 2023 Porsche 911 Sport Classic, a manual 911 turbo. A 911 turbo with a manual transmission. Marvellous. This is a true 911 fan's dream build. The 911 Turbo nameplate, as ironic as it is, hasn't been offered with a manual in quite some time. In fact, it was the 997 generation 911 was the last time that we saw a turbo badge 911 with a stick. There's a little more to the story too. The Sport Classic has also historically been an exercise in style as well as performance. The new model features retro hounds tooth-accented seats, a ducktail lip spoiler, subtle racing stripes and iconic Porsche 5-spoke bright finish wheels. And now at 7, 2019 Porsche 911 GT2 RS, the fastest 911. What happens when you take a 911 Turbo S and a GT3 RS, mash them up and turn up the power of a turbo flat 6 engine? The answer is a 2019 Porsche 911 GT2 RS. This wildly speedy 911 variant was known to be one of the most intimidating to drive at the limit because of its ability to reach such astronomical speeds at an alarming rate. With a 2.6 second 0 to 60 time, it remains one of the quickest 911s. At a top speed of 211 miles per hour, it remains the fastest 911, and with 700 horsepower, it remains the most powerful 911 ever. At 6, 1997 996 Porsche 911, first water-cooled 911. The end of an era. Up until 1997, the Porsche 911 was an air-cooled sports car. Wild to think about, considering how sophisticated and power-dense the liquid-cooled 911s are today, that only 26 years ago, the 911's engine was nearly as simple as a Volkswagen Beetle. The 996 ushered in a new era of more tunable engines from Porsche, allowing both the manufacturer and customers to extract more power out of their engines, all while decreasing the displacement sizes. Next up at 5, 1975 Porsche 911 Turbo, first turbo model. It doesn't get more Porsche than a 911 Turbo. Ironically though, the first turbo model was the 1975 930 Turbo, a derivative of the 911, with the internal name of 930 became popular so much so that Porsche used the name in marketing for later launches. The 911 Turbo nameplate became so popular that it quickly became the most sought-after Porsche due to its performance and outlandish styling of the time. 911 Turbos and now Turbo S models remain the pinnacle of straight-line speed, competing with the world's quickest vehicles. At 4, 1999 Porsche GT3, new era for the 911 with the first GT3. As the Porsche 911 continued to be refined decade after decade, it was clear that customers were becoming increasingly interested in Porsche's motorsport department and wanted a rawer 911, closer to that of the race cars. The team got busy developing a souped-up 911 with a name that screams racing, the GT3. Today, the GT3 is one of the most popular 911 models and arguably sits at the top of the range as the Porsche flagship. At 3, 1965 Porsche 911 Targa, new roof design that exists even today. It's a convertible, but isn't. Is it, isn't it? It's a coupe, but the top retracts. The 911 Targa models are what happens when you want the looks of a coupe, the open air of a convertible, and the safety of an integrated roll bar. Porsche tried something different in 1965 and it still exists today, more so as a stylistic choice, but the recipe is still very much the same. You can still have your Targa with a brushed aluminum safety hoop that really makes the car stand out. And at 2, 1963 Porsche 911, the first 911. The legend is born. The actual name Porsche wanted to save for the car was originally planned to be called the 901. However, Porsche ran into legal battles with other manufacturers, leading Porsche to use the 911 name. 911 became famous for solidifying Porsche as developing and now mastering a rear-mounted engine car as opposed to its mid-mounted or front-mounted competitors. A flat 6 engine and 2x2 seating are 911 must-haves. And finally, at number 1, 2023 Porsche 911 Dakar. The 911 leaves the pavement. Dakar is the next chapter in production 911 history that celebrates the iconic sports car in a fresh new way. The 911 Dakar builds upon an interesting mix of aftermarket and racing heritage to bring the lifted, soft-road capable 911 to factory production spec. Dakar proves that the 911 is fit for nearly every type of enthusiast driving scenario. And there you have the top 10 greatest Porsche 911 sports cars of all time. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your Porsche-loving friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic auto guides. See you next time.